Hello General Ward, my name is Ambassador Hope and I'll be working with you to launch the President's Legacy Hope on Africa. I'm really pleased that you're heading up AFRICOM and that you have a similar vision as I do to ensure that we transform the quality of life for 13 million orphans and 25 million sick across the continent of Africa. As you're aware, the US policy is at least 8 years out of date, and so the lack of support that you're getting from the State Department and the USAID is simply because there's too big a gap between the real scale and speed of the need and the policy numbers that they're working with. In fact, in 2001, when we were given the briefing by the CIA Infectious Diseases, and then the International Crisis Group went on to publish the report, HIV/AIDS as a security issue, it was all too clear that unless we addressed all 53 countries, all people that were suffering with HIV/AIDS, and all the orphans that were created as a result of their parents dying young, then we couldn't transform the continent in a positive way. And unless the continent is sustainable, unless these orphans are given safe accommodation, education, healthcare and a future, the continent cannot be economically sustainable. And really this is enlightened self-interest because America depends on 346 products from Africa that simply can't be outsourced in the quantities that we consume from anywhere else. As you are aware, President Bush has done a lot to show what is possible in Africa. But the policy that we have from USAID, which only includes 15 countries, is simply not enough. The virus does not respect any borders, it doesn't respect any cultures, any sex, nothing at all. So we cannot put borders into Africa in terms of transforming this situation. We have to ensure that everybody gets the treatment and the services that they need. Now, you're also aware that the veterans returning from Afghanistan and Iraq are facing homelessness and joblessness. With the downturn in the housing market across the US, there's not the sort of jobs that they can do before they find a new career path. So it's very important that we work with Senator Dole and Donna Shalala and the Wounded Warrior Program and the Veterans Administration people to get some of these veterans back into work. And this is a fantastic opportunity because we're going to be sending 10,830 veterans across to Africa in teams of 20 to work with 100 local labourers to build the foundations for each of the children's villages. So over the next 2-3 years, we're going to have 2,166 children's villages across the continent of Africa, where the orphans are now, because it's not right to move them from their home villages and towns. It's not right to move them overseas internationally. We have to bring the children's village to the homeland where the children are, because those children desperately need their healthcare, their food, nutrition, education. They are the human assets of each of those African countries and the human assets of the continent overall. So it's very important for us with AFRICOM to have both the military discipline and training available, and also to have the humanitarian side that is going to empower the faith-based groups, the community groups, all the people that are already on the ground, that are already willing to serve and able to serve, and empower them to be part of the solution. One of the things that the President's Legacy Hope on Africa has achieved above all other programs on the continent is that we don't do things to people, we do things with people. We empower them, we give them the skills, we give them the opportunities. We have faith in their inert abilities and we give them the opportunities to serve. So the caregivers, the sick, the orphans themselves, they're all part of the solution. The faith-based groups, the community groups, the people, the teachers that are already teaching the orphans, they're all holistically part of a stakeholder model. So I'm very much looking forward to working with you. It's great that President Bush has seen what is possible across the whole continent. It's fantastic that we've broken through the dogma of the old policy and that we can work at the scale and the speed of the need. And together, AFRICOM and Prosperity Studios can form a strong international public-private partnership that can transform the quality of life for all the people we serve. Thank you.